talk about it in a second, but is that really Beyonce's bodyguard? Because these bodyguards these days, I don't know if they're not signing NDAs, but these niggas is doing a lot of talking. And if some of the shit y'all saying is true, how the hell are y'all talking for a check? But, we'll indulge. We'll hit the allegedly. We don't know what's going on. Right? I see some people mentioning Kyrie versus Flacco. I'll address that real quick. Kyrie absolutely is intent. He wants to beat the brakes off Flacco. Okay? I'm going to take the blame for that confrontation not going down, that fight. It's going to be a friendly fight, nothing too out of bounds. This is something that they both, and I wanted to make sure that, again, I'm a streamer and somebody also who now knows, you know what I mean? I don't want nobody to say I pressure nobody into a motherfucking thing. So anyway, both individuals looked like they were trying to do it on their own merit, but I'm going to take blame for it not happening. I was supposed to go to L.A. A few things came up. I did not go to L.A., and because of that, Kyrie didn't get to go to L.A., and he's still feeling to catch a fade. So, he desperately wants to put them paws on Flacco. Flacco's a cool guy. I don't know how the disrespect got to this point, but at some point, I'm pretty sure, this could be rescheduled, right? Got it. Somebody said they had a drop on me. Who had a drop on me? Stop it. Let me not talk about stuff like that. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna take blame for that because I didn't go there, and I think part of the reason why he was going was because he knew I was gonna be out there. So I'll take blame for that. But it could be rescheduled if both individuals want to. It might be a dead issue, bro. You know what I mean? It might be a dead issue. So I realize these days I have a lot more liability. So this is why, I'm the one. I'm gonna seem pussy in this situation because I don't want nobody to think they're fighting or they're doing something because of pressure from me. That can't be the story. That can't listen. Trust me, I have all type of people these days trying to say anything, just trying to get yeah. So kind of crossing my T's, dotting my I's. But if those individuals want to do whatever they want to do, I'm pretty sure it will happen. Conversations could ensue, but that's as much as I'd say about that publicly right now. So yeah, blame me for that. I'm pretty sure it'll happen unless Flacco don't want no smoke with Kyrie no more. But Kyrie was, Kyrie won a show. He one of those. He from New York. All right. Anyway, why do I look? I feel like it looks dark in here. Hold on, let me. Give me a little bit. Okay. Other than that, chat. A few other things. I think merch will be dropping tomorrow, if not the day after. Let me know if this is a good idea. Hit up the people who I had actually. We brought them out actually. Tell me if I should do this. So we're putting out the prize merch, right? And then we're also we're partnering with Wise Salmando on the No Mystery My History shit, right? Other than that, I was gonna bring back for a limited run, and I don't know if y'all want it. So essentially, when I was at Complex, and this is kind of 4 years old, damn near. So when I was at Complex and I went to ComplexCon, we brought hella chat nigga merch there. We brought probably 1,000, and we had about from my recollection, about 100 SKUs that didn't sell. And I don't know if I should put them back on sale, but it's the chat nigga hoodie, the original one. And I was thinking, I'm if I put those merch back on sale, maybe I'd sign it or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get it out in the next 2 days. But that's just chat nigga housekeeping. Somebody says respond to Joe Budden. What did Joe Budden say to me? I love Joe Budden. 1090 Jake snitched. Did 1090 Jake snitch? What the fuck? Oh, we got to get the Shraggy merch. That's absolutely, Shraggy's obviously one of the easiest ones. Okay, cool. Let me just start a little bit, organize a little bit, right? So, if you probably came on YouTube, you probably seen the topic of the stream. I want to kind of get into this whole thing, and we're probably gonna spend an hour on it. It's gonna be at least an hour. So you know what I realized is that once we get into the big topic, we just stay on that big topic for the rest of the stream, and 5 hours later, I'm like, okay, it's over. So let's hit the small topic first. We're gonna hit the. I know y'all want to hear everything about the X and Drake shit. Like, we're gonna talk about that. If y'all want to hop in and give y'all chime in or whatever, I definitely want that to happen. But I want to start small first, right? There's a bunch of other little small topics that I feel like we have probably neglected. Most of them you could probably find on my Instagram page. Thank you guys if you guys do follow me on my personal or the main Instagram. Obviously, congratulations to LeBron James. I'll start there. Congratulations to LeBron James. My bad, sorry. He broke the record for the most points in the NBA ever. He's had an illustrious career. I personally think, he's the best player I've ever seen. I didn't watch Michael Jordan in the heyday. I'm also a little bit biased. I have recency bias when it comes to sports a lot of times. And yes, you could argue it both ways. Like, for example, when it comes to basketball, like, my favorite player of all time was Allen Iverson when it came to basketball. But then, as time went on, I realized how inefficient he was. Like, my man shot low 40%. These days, you look at a Curry, you look at, LeBron's pretty much a big man. You look at most of the shooters, shit, they're shooting low 40s from the three. Like, these guys shoot really well. Obviously, I've learned to realize that, still Allen Iverson still was a fucking phenomenal player, but it's the eras. It's hard to compare eras when it comes to basketball. Allen Iverson played in the era where, like, niggas could fucking clothesline you damn near. I mean, it wasn't the 80s, but, like, people were hand-checking you. It was harder to get off a clean shot. These days, Curry's shooting from the logo, but, like, niggas not even running out to him. You know what I mean? Like, the way you could defend a shot in the 2000s and definitely in the 80s is much different than now. So I don't want to say it's easier to be a better shooter now, but the game and the rules is set up to be a better shooter now. So I usually, when I think about players from yesteryear, or like, other, eras, it's hard for me to kind of like extrapolate how they would do in other what do you call it again? Other eras, because we only saw them in their era, right? I seen somebody recently they said, well, if Curry was playing in the 80s, he would only average 18 points. And they explained it brilliantly, and it made sense, right? If we could hand check him, like, every time he's running around 10 screens, he getting hit 10 times. So is he going to have enough wind? Remember, his ankle is fucked up. Is he going to have all of that to still be shooting like how he's shooting now? Probably not. But he lives in an era where the game is, and the rules are kind of more tailored to him, right? The reason why I give LeBron the best player to me of all time, I think LeBron could have existed in a physical league, and I think he's efficient now in a league that's more about, finesse and shooting and all that type of stuff. I think he's a multi-generational talent. It's hard to say when it comes to Jordan. Jordan obviously had a crazy mid-range shot. Dude could jump out the gym. Obviously didn't focus on the three-pointer that much, which now is a huge part of the game. Like, I think LeBron probably already took more threes than him, obviously, right? So, it's kind of hard to say, but if you ask me, watching LeBron James, I give him the GOAT status, man. I give him the GOAT status. And when I give him the GOAT status, I always say when we think about sports, there's a few different GOATs, in no matter what you talk about. There's a few different GOATs. Now, you might prioritize one or the other. To me, I think he's the best skilled player of all time. And when I mean skilled player, I don't even want to say by position, just overall. Like, say we have attributes, dribbling, shooting, post up, whatever, defense. I think overall, add all of his attributes together, the best skilled player overall. Is he the best winner? No. Look, Michael Jordan clearly is the better winner. And that's where, like, these conversations are pretty much just only for content. Because if you argue LeBron versus Jordan, what do you care about? Do you care about the rings? Do you care about the dominance? Like I've always said, like, if we think about dominance, Michael Jordan was never the most dominant player. Like compared to other people, like Shaq dominance compared to the rest of the league, and Michael Jordan's dominance compared to the rest of the league, or even shit like Kareem, like in his prime. Both of those players was shit on Mike in terms of dominance, but the best winner, the best complete winner, I think, is Jordan. The best just pure skill player, I'm going LeBron. Let me not say pure skill, but just for everything he has. That's why, like, yeah, he'll never have the amount of rings that Michael has, but like, shit, I really feel he could really do good in any era. So I give him a lot of credit for that. The conversation, did he pass Mike, is always going to happen. Obviously, the people who grew up watching him are going to say probably him. You know, shit, I remember, my mom grew up watching Michael. Like, my mom literally had a poster of Michael Jordan fucking just like on the wall. So, what I mean? That conversation continues, but I give LeBron so much credit. By the way, I'm glad this moment happened. Kareem has been known as a hater for like the last 5-10 years, trying to trying to belittle LeBron James. We're living in an era where, I think people kind of understand it now. Michael Jordan was nigga was an alcoholic, gambler. He had a bunch of degenerate tendencies. LeBron James is really just a but nobody really ever, that wasn't the public narrative about him because it wasn't social media. Now when it comes to LeBron, if LeBron shouts out Taco Tuesday, it's a thing. You know what I mean? Like, the nigga can't really do nothing in terms of advice and people not know. So, it's completely different scrutinizations on both players. But I do think Kareem's a hater. LeBron is the GOAT. Michael Jordan also is the GOAT. I hate how they kind of squeeze Kobe out of it by saying, well, Kobe game was mirrored after Mike, and because Kobe isn't better than Mike, he doesn't even need to be mentioned. I love Kobe. I think Kobe's just a fucking competitor. I think he's the best competitor and the most fearless competitor. Definitely, I think basketball. Him and Mike are probably up there. But I think this is just a good thing, all right? Anyway, yeah, Kareem a fucking hair, man. But yeah, congrats to LeBron, man. And it's tough. You know what I mean? Like, he's been to more finals than most people. He hasn't won all of them. But shit, he went against some teams that, like, come on, dog. He went against a fucking team that everybody was shooting from the logo, my nigga. Like, come on, bro. Also, for everything that we've given to his teammates, we also have to realize how good LeBron was. First of all, we realize, like, no disrespect to D-Wade, but D-Wade's rocking dresses now. He had to win with that nigga. No disrespect, but we haven't heard about Kevin Love since, like, he left that nigga. And no disrespect, Kyrie got traded or left, like, 2-3 different teams. This nigga is discombobulated. You know what I mean? He over here think he's a black Hebrew. We don't know what's going on with these niggas. You feel me? So as much as people like, oh, LeBron had all this help, them niggas who he claimed to have help with, them niggas is only catching L's or being forgettable or rocking dresses. So I just want to give my man LeBron some credit, give him his flowers. Mike is a tough act to follow, but as long as he's in the conversation, I think that's good enough. You have to realize the thing with Michael Jordan, too, is that he was branded the GOAT. I mean, shit, the signature shoe helped solidify him. I mean, it's hard to kind of combat that legacy, but salute to LeBron, and I'm extremely proud of him, all right? And one of the reasons I'm extremely proud of him, I'm not like a LeBron James dick rider, but I love to watch history. You know what I mean? Like, there's some niggas who really never watched Jordan. They're going off, like, old tapes. I like witnessing history. I think we're making history every day. And, for you guys who watch me and probably have grown up with me for the last 10 years, like, yo, Ak is the best content creator ever. And then there's going to be somebody who's going to be born in, like, 5 years who's going to watch somebody else, maybe on TikTok or some other shit, you feel me? And they're going to be like, Akademiks, what the fuck? No, this is the guy. And you got to let people, what they're living and witnessing is just can't be duplicated. So, everybody's going to have their GOAT. And that's why I think it's a great conversation. I hate that. And I think only in basketball, they try to make it one unanimous GOAT. Like, it's just Michael. No, my nigga. Like, yeah, for y'all old ass niggas, it's Michael. But for other niggas, they're watching a whole different game, man. Like, yo, Michael was not playing like in this type of NBA. So it is what it is. All right. Can move on. Couple interesting things. I was having a conversation. This is my man Boom. He came out here for a little bit. If you didn't watch, go, please. Go. Not right now. After the stream, go to Spotify. We dropped the podcast today, me and Boom. Just bantering, talked about a couple of topics. I really want to know your opinion on that. Because sometimes, I don't like the pod being too interview focused, but I do like doing interviews as well. But I want to know how you felt about like us just bullshitting, joking around, just kind of have a good time. So me and Boom, we did a podcast. Anyway, I don't know if we had this conversation on camera, but we definitely had that conversation in the car while we were driving to go film. He was like, yo, what do you think if Drake sold his catalog, it would be worth, right? Now, this also piggybacks off something else. And we're going to get to the Michael Jackson thing in a little bit, but let's go all the way down. And Lil Duval actually said something. Let me see if I can find it. Lil Duval said, where is it at? I know I got it. Damn, do I post this much? God damn. By the way, salute to all my like chat niggas who continually help me with content that I could post. I don't know if you guys think I do it all by myself, but like there's a lot of chat niggas who really sending stuff. Okay, Lil Duval said if Justin Bieber, one of the biggest artists out, sold his catalog for $2 million, that should tell you how much these rest of these folks be capping. Now, this is off of everybody claiming they're selling their catalog for a wild amount of money. So if you don't know, so Justin Bieber, 200 million. We're going to actually read this article because this is going to be a very interesting article. Let's go to Variety. Everybody cool? Let me just check on everybody in the chat. I have our Twitch chat, the Twitch chat on the screen, but I got to make sure YouTube is good. Okay, I see YouTube is booling. Okay. Let's try to make sure everybody's good before, because I hate when y'all be like, yo, act don't read the chat like I'm like some type of hoe ass nigga, man. Like I'm just some type of hoe ass nigga, man. I wish I could sound like one of them Louisiana niggas, man. All right, cool. All right, bet. Great. All right, so, perfect. We're going to read this article because, I try to give like a little bit of like, also music education when you watch me. So, what Duval said was if Bieber sold his catalog for $200 million, he says, some of these niggas is capping. But the devil is in the details. A lot of times people don't understand the music business. And I'm not saying Duval don't, and I haven't even researched this yet, but we're going to look at it live. Let's go to the Variety article because we got to know what niggas is selling. So I keep telling you, like, a lot of times dudes are doing some of these deals for their publishing. Some are selling their masters or their portion of the masters. I'm going to try to help you help explain stuff in like nigga terms or just regular human terms, because I don't even know why they made even the music industry even sound so complicated. It's really simple, right? But I think they made it complicated that they could take advantage of artists. As expected, Justin Bieber sold his music rights to a Blackstone-backed Hypnosis song Capital for north of $200 million. The company has announced news of the impending deal has been rumored for weeks, was widely reported last month. The deal includes Bieber's share of his publishing and recorded music catalog, Bieber's interest in his publishing copyrights, including the writership, the performance, masters, recordings, and neighboring rights for his entire back catalog, compromising 290 titles before December 31st, 2021. Okay? All right. Let me be honest about this deal, right? Because I think we all think Bieber is a very big deal. I don't know if can I pull up Spotify right here? It's going to help me. Spotify, Justin Bieber. Give me a second. Should be able to pop up. Okay, perfect. Here we go. He's had some fucking huge songs. Look, let me make this a little bit smaller. I can see it. Anytime you see about 1 billion streams on Spotify, those are songs probably eligible to be close to diamond. So look, he has a lot of songs. Look, I'll do see more. A lot of songs. That's why people are saying, how is he only getting 200 million? Like if Future got like 75, how is he getting 200 million? Right? And not that he probably dropped more songs in Future, but like, look, yeah, 68 million monthly listeners. Like, what the fuck is going on? Right? Now I'm gonna click on one of these songs. Okay, let's click on Baby. Everybody knows that song, Baby, right? Perfect. And this is another reason why I like, oh, it won't show me this shit. It won't show, I gotta log in. All right. I'll do it even easier. I'll go to Wikipedia. Justin Bieber Wikipedia. And I'm gonna try to make this very short because, sometimes I feel like I'm giving like a lecture and some of y'all care and some of y'all don't give a fuck. The important thing to know when you're thinking about what niggas could possibly sell is, all right, let me just say this, right? All of these dudes, I don't care if it's Bieber or anyone else, they don't own their shit. Like the music business is all predicated on you don't owning your shit. It don't matter if you're a huge artist. It's predicated on you not owning your shit. It's actually worse for a pop artist because they drop less albums. It's better for a Future and a Youngboy because they're getting out of their deals like this because a lot of these dudes sign 4-album deals. How long does it take Bieber to drop 4 albums? Let's go to his discography, right? So let's say his first fucking deal was like a 4-album type situation. Let's go to his discography. God damn. This motherfucker got everything. Discography. Okay, discography. Bingo. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He dropped 6 albums in 10 years. Because he's a pop artist, he doesn't drop that frequently. Now, he's probably dropped, I don't know if he's dropped mixtape. No, there's just albums. Now, he's done collabs this and third, but these are his albums. If you ask me, probably 4 or 5 of these are under the first contract he ever signed. Now, maybe they probably are nice. Well, not even nice, but like, the guy's making a shit ton of money. If you have him on a rookie contract, you probably just up the terms, like, for example, say the second album, say you signed him for, I don't know, who did he sign to? Did he sign to Akon or something like that? Right? And by the way, we got to look at where that goes through. Basically, like, I'm going to make this really short because I know some of y'all are bored with, really the really nitty gritty of the music industry. He probably renegotiated once or twice, but he's still in that long contract. Here's the point. And it's the same thing going with like Meg Thee Stallion and shit like that, right? But as I said, hip-hop artists produce music quicker and drop albums more frequently when it comes than pop acts, right? Because also hip-hop artists do mixtapes and then they fight tooth and nail to try to get those to count as albums, right? Here's the thing. Bieber signed a record deal. It's no way he owned any of his masters. And I know people act like it's only black artists that get screwed. Every artist gets screwed. When he signed, he definitely don't own his masters, right? And he probably re-upped, like maybe around the 3rd album, and maybe he owns like, I don't know, let's say at best half of the masters with the label. So the reason why he's not getting $1 billion, because the streams would say he should get a shit ton of money. He's not going to get $1 billion because he don't own it. He don't own it. Why are they giving him the money? He don't own the shit. You only pay who owns the shit. That's the point. So for anybody who cares about ownership and shit like that, it comes into effect now. There's these big companies and conglomerates that's going around and they're giving out these huge deals. They're like, we want your catalog, Future. We want this. By the way, a lot of them are Chinese based and they're actually overseas based, which if you've seen that spa balloon, they're buying up real estate in America. They're taking over TikTok, and they're buying up all the music. By the way, they own a Chinese company named Tencent. Chinese company. Tencent. They bought a piece of UMG, which is the biggest label that signs Drake. Look, Tencent buys UMG. They bought Tencent. So a Chinese company officially owns 20% of Universal Music Group. Who's on a Universal? Drake, Kendrick, Taylor Swift, Post Malone, The Weeknd. As I'm saying, be warned. Be warned. Be warned. Be warned. China, China. Okay, anyway. For whatever reason, I don't know the play yet. I'm looking into it. I'm trying to talk to people, trying to figure out what the play is for this. Because they're getting funded billions of dollars to go to individual artists to buy their whole catalog. Right? There's a bunch of groups doing it. I don't know. Let me go back to Variety because we're going to try to be fact-based. I don't know if this is Chinese, though. I'm going to be honest. To Blackstone-backed hypnosis capital. You see, you always got to Google shit. Google, you got to figure out what the fuck it is. Okay, this is a UK investment company. Here we go. So UK investment company offering blah, blah. Okay. So it's a UK company. So all this tells me that we're getting international plays where people are doing venture capitals, big little, investment companies are buying up hip hop and I want to say just US artists' rights. Why? Interesting to think about, right? Just think about that. A lot of them are Chinese companies, but this one is particularly in the UK company. Now, again, to counter what my man Duval was saying, Bieber don't own most of his shit. That's why he's getting 200. Remember, usually when you sign to a label, they own the entire master. A normal record contract, you sign away your masters, but Bieber don't own most of his shit. That's why he's getting 200. Remember, usually when you sign to a label, they own the entire master. A normal record contract, you sign away your masters, but you get royalties, and you get advances, and you get a publishing. You get publishing. Usually, if back in the day, Diddy and them. If you wonder why Diddy and them, no disrespect to Diddy. Hopefully, if he sees this, don't think I'm dissing him. If you wonder how these niggas got so rich, they used to take artists publishing. Like the publishing used to just be for the label. Now it's kind of frowned upon. Like if you're taking someone's publishing, people have realized the publishing, your kid's supposed to go to the mailbox and get those checks. If like, for example, me and Boom, we riding in the car, we listen to that song, Return of the Mac, Return. You know that song? Mark Morrison. If you look at his catalog, that's the only song really he got. Every nigga, the Fetty Wap done sampled it. Chris Brown done sampled it. Post Malone done sampled it. There's like a million songs that sampled it. Now, that song has about 300 million plays on Spotify. Granted, it's a very historic song. I think it came out in like 74, so it probably did the numbers already. But here's where publishing comes in. Everybody will keep sampling that song because it's a classic song. That one song alone will feed generations of his family. Every quarter, they're going to go to the mailbox and probably pick up a check for, who knows, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions. Especially if a new song sampled it recently. So this is how it shows how one song could feed a fucking generation of people. That's how important a song is. Now, if you don't own the publishing, well, he not getting the money. That's how important owning your publishing is, right? So what they used to do to artists is that the label owner would take the majority of your publishing and give you an extra check. So you signed for $250,000. He said, all right, well, how about I give you an extra $250,000 and I own your publishing? You don't even know what publishing is. You don't know that if you get a big song that everybody for now till forever will ever fucking, sample, that's how you're going to get paid. You sign off with Diddy, said, okay, take my publishing, but give me the extra $250,000. Okay, dummy. You got $500,000 now, and now you made a song that's the biggest song ever. You get paid in the moment, but Diddy and, everybody else who's, shake that at the Bad Boy Mansion and Carisha, they're eating off that publishing check. That's how it goes. So anyway, I only say this because I'm not trying to down on Bieber, but Bieber probably don't own much of his shit. Okay, let's just be honest, right? I'll use the GOAT to juxtapose to this, right? Champagne Poppy, Drake. One thing, let me tell you this. Another reason why Drake is And I'm telling you this not because I spoke to him, but just use your fucking brain. The reason why, if y'all don't realize, Drake put out 3 projects in a year. He kept it cool, but he put out 3 projects in a year. He's not putting out, he's gonna spin the story. Yeah, I'm bored. I'm bored in the embassy. I just want to put out music. No, he's trying to run up these checks and get through these deals and renegotiate again. Drake is one of them, and I don't gotta say one of them is, but his paperwork is on point. You feel me? And such is the case, he's renegotiated a bunch of times. Now, if you look at Drake, I can tell you this is a fact. So Drake since 2010, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? From what I hear and based on his negotiation tactics, every Drake mixtape or album has counted for him as an album. So think about how many contracts he's re-upped on. Remember, the way they used to fuck artists over is like, oh, a mixtape is what you do to get hot. Like, because a mixtape used to be you rapping over people's beats, which they couldn't sell. So they'd be like, oh, that doesn't count in your record contract. Right? And obviously that started in the 50 Cent era, this and third, but then these days people put out full projects and they just call it a mixtape. Now your label's gonna be like, oh, that don't count. So you still owe us 2 albums. That's what they've been doing to Meg. Drake has so much leverage that, he made it known, if I'm putting out a fucking project, it's counted as an album. Right? So, this is through the grapevine. He renegotiated before before Nothing Was the Same, which is kind of ill. Right? Remember he dropped So Far Gone, Thank Me Later, Take Care. Renegotiated before Nothing Was the Same. After Nothing Was the Same, dropped If You're Reading This Is Too Late. That counts as an album. Drop Views. That counts as an album. Re-upped again. Drop Scorpion. Right? What a Time to Be Alive. My bad. What a Time to Be Alive actually comes before that. What a Time to Be Alive. What's that other shit called? More Life. All counted as albums. And he did a really dope thing. I'm going to show you here. If you want to look at how Drake has done his finessing, look at here, album details, right? You could go to Wiki. This is pretty publicly available. You just got to have, attention to detail. So this was dropped in 2010, right? You're going to notice at first the label, because, he was signed to Young Money, Cash Money, right? Universal Motown was kind of like the distributor at that point. You're going to realize his label shit keeps changing. Watch. After this point, Republic actually took over. So Take Care is dropped on Young Money, Cash Money. You'll see Republic here. That's the major label, right? Then you're going to start seeing OVO. Very smart thing Drake did. Drake started in his negotiation. He basically, like for example, okay, I'm trying to, I'm not trying to make this too technical because I don't want to lose my casual viewers. Whether Kendrick want to say it or not, a lot of the reason ain't because he was writing a fucking album for 5 years. That's why he didn't do it. Contractually, he was getting his shit straight. You get what I mean? And contractually, he was trying to leave TDE. Now, he was trying to build what his new label is called PG Lang. What Drake did was that OVO, he knew he wanted to eventually just be on his own label, but he still want to get funding from that super major label, which is UMG. But he wants to work OVO into the situation that he could start owning some of his masters. I could imagine Take Care and Thank Me Later, he probably doesn't own the masters of those. Nothing Was the Same. Negotiated, renegotiated, own some of the masters to that. Might even been 10, 20%. Maybe max 25. You get what I mean? Views happened. Views was a very interesting story. I'm going to tell you why it was an interesting story. Because, let me make sure my timeline is also good. If you look back at UMG, Lil Wayne drops lawsuit, right? So Lil Wayne comes to a settlement you're going to see in 2018. In 2018, right? This is not printed online. I've just learned this through the grapevine. So the lawsuit, essentially, and by the way, tell me I gotta look at the chat because I don't want to bore y'all. We could get to much more interesting shit. If this is boring, please just spam next topic. It is very perfectly fine. I'm trying to like kind of give a little bit of education here, but I'm not trying to fucking bore you out of death type shit. And also, if you're aspiring like musician, if whatever you might want to get in the industry, like remember when I said that thing about the old heads? It's kind of like, because how does nobody actually just kind of kick some game that you could be a little bit with a leg up before you walk into like a door? All right, so cool. All right, thank you, chat. By the way, thank you for the motivation. All right, so this was a situation with the Lil Money, Lil Wayne lawsuit, right? Lil Wayne basically claimed, yo, I never got residuals. I didn't get all my advances. I missed out on certain shit. I've been killing it. His lawyer and his accountants come up to the figure of $51 million that they're owed, right? Accountant was missing, all type of shit's going crazy. Normally, let me just tell you how, and by the way, I think Birdman pretty much admits this. He said, like, their accountant was the best. He said it was the first time he ran a label. He kind of took blame for that. The way how many labels do it is kind of like many companies. And when I mean companies, content companies. You have to audit them or they're not going to pay you, right? They're just going to assume that whatever they spent on you is more than what you made. So why even cut you a check? So the only check they cut you is the advance, which is a loan. And they're thinking that you will never recoup versus the loan plus all the expenses they're spending to make the album, promote the album, put the album out, fly you on jets, doing all these things. So they never pay you again, right? This is the reason why Blueface is getting hit in the head with a Henny bottle, right? That's what it is. Like these guys, Blueface probably got like a check of like, I don't know, $500,000, $600,000. It's probably half of what he needs for the album, but they're not going to greenlight an album because Blueface is cold, right? So he's not going to get another check. He's not getting no residuals. He probably said, fuck it, rather than stay here trying to keep performing Moonwalking in Calabasas, which isn't a song, and Tatiana doing all this weird gyration shit, let me just go do something else, because the label, this is a business. They're not going to cut you another check until you whatever. So Wayne comes up with a number, 51 million. He sues, right? After he sues, Birdman basically says, I don't even got the money to pay. Now, Birdman ain't broke. Birdman is cashed up. Birdman has a fucking gold toilet. Like, Birdman lives like a fucking king. They got Bugattis, Maybachs you never fucking seen. It's Birdman, okay? So, what ends up happening, he says, I ain't paying. They start beefing because he doesn't even really want to come to see terms with Wayne, right? He says, I ain't paying the shit. Right? He does an Angie Martinez interview, basically says, yo, in reality, yeah, me and my son, we don't get it back together, but 51 million, that nigga tweaking, right? Basically saying he would probably pay less. If you ask me, Birdman ain't trying to pay over $10 million, right? Cool. It goes on, it's going through courts. They ask for Birdman's motherfucking legal documents. Like the accountant shit, it's all in shambles. Now, what happens is that Young Money, which is owned 51% by Birdman, and Cash Money, which is owned 100% by Birdman and Slim, they're financed by Universal. So in asking all the parties for accounting, they ask Universal for accounting. Universal is realizing this is going to be a big legal thing. They don't really want to get all the way into the shit. They come up with a perfect situation. They said, Birdman, we know you got the fucking money because we used to cut you all them checks. You fucked up, blah, blah. Birdman's probably like, just hand her up, whatever the case is. They tell him, this is how we're going to solve it. We're moving Lil Wayne's contract to Republic, straight to Republic. So we're taking the contract out of your hands. You will get no more cut from what Lil Wayne is doing. Unless he gives you publishing, which that might be some side deal. And we get Nicki and Wayne. Nicki and Drake. And supposedly Tyga, but like Tyga was already out of his shit. So everybody from Young Money goes straight to Republic. So Republic is saying, we're going to pay Wayne this $50 million, but we're paying him this $50 million because now we're absorbing all the profits that Birdman's supposed to make off of them. We just care about keeping the engine going. if we could recover this $50 million off these guys in the next, I don't know, because they could wait 20 years, we're good. And that's how exactly it happened. Okay, Birdman don't pay a dime. Universal pay all the money. Wayne contract move up. You know, they still kind of still say cash money, like, you know, CMB, you know what I mean, like the gang, whatever. But it's on the Republic. Wayne, Nicki, Drake, right? Cool. You'll notice then when Drake drops when Drake drops Scorpion, you're gonna start seeing Republic. Well, actually, actually, my timeline's a little bit off. No, this is the last album that is Young Money, Cash Money, right? Because if you look at the time, what is it? June 6th. He turned it in already, even though this got dropped June 29th. This was the last, and I think he had some ominous bars about his label situation. I don't know if y'all remember. Drake always be rapping about his label situation when it's time to re-up. He had some type of bars about it, but it came out with an imprint here, but it was really a Republic release. Anyway, after that, you're going to notice, what do you drop after Scorpion? We got to go to the mixtapes. So the mixtapes, call it the mixtapes, but you already know what it is. Where's the mixtapes? Dark Lane demo, you're gonna see just straight Republic. You don't see Young Money, Cash Money again. So after 2018, you never see Young Money, Cash Money again. Like, it's like Young Money, Cash Money is like a imprint that Birdman owns, but they won't fund it no more type shit. You get what I mean? So everything is just Republic, and that's them making back the money that they paid to Wayne, because Birdman ain't want to pay, right? So they're making some money off Drake, making some money off Nicki, whatever the case is. And what you're also going to realize is that after Scorpion, well, this is not public information, Drake negotiates, and from then on, what's been told to me is that Drake owns at least half of his masters. So Drake got so much leverage now at you know, he could really just not re-sign. He got so much leverage. He owns half of his masters. That's not typical, right? Keep in mind, I told you the Young Boy story. Atlantic did not want to give that nigga none of his masters, but Drake supposedly owns half of his masters here, and he does the new deal, right? Right before he drops CLB. When does CLB drop? It dropped in 2022, right? Where is CLB at? Yeah. All right, 2021. He does a new deal. This is the one for like 500 to 600 million. And I hear he gets even more of his masters. So I don't know what percentage directly, but he owns the majority of his masters for all of these releases. So essentially, you know, not to shit on Bieber, but when Drake sells his shit, you're not getting no. I know Bieber's popular and Bieber got 200. Drake's getting like 2 billion. It's straight hit out the water. And the reason why, you know, I was long-winded to explain it to you. The reason why all this happened is that the pop artists, they don't negotiate or renegotiate as much because they don't drop as much projects. Drake dropped all type of EPs, mixtapes, collab albums, and basically he has the leverage where he could force the label to count them as albums because they're selling amazing. And essentially they want to keep him happy because if Drake's unhappy, the music business would be in shambles. So now he owns pretty much a good amount of his masters. I don't know what his publishing situation is. I'm pretty sure he's just owning all his publishing unless he got like some wild publishing deal, which I don't think he needs. And whenever he decides to sell, I think that's going to be the $1 billion play. Now, anyway, I said all that to say, and that was long-winded, I'm sorry. It explains, if you take pieces of what I said, Michael Jackson, the estate is nearing a music catalog sale of near $1 billion almost, okay? Actually, let me, Michael Jackson estate variety. Now, Michael Jackson did mad sales for his like catalog before. Mad sales, like, well, not his catalog, but there's publishing deals that I believe they did before. Anyway, let me read it. Michael Jackson's estate is in process of selling half of his interest in the legendary's musical catalog in a deal in the $800 million to $900 million range. Sources confirmed to Variety. Also, let me give you the play too, right? I want to give you all the play. Again, this is just music nerd, music business understanding shit. So here's the thing. Like, for example, you might say, why did Future sell, part of his catalog? By the way, YoungBoy did a deal too. You know what I mean? But if you're wondering why Future sold his shit, is that with hip hop artists, again, because you produce music more quickly, or just quickly, if you sold the last 7 projects, in the next 4 years, how many projects do you think Future finna put out? He's probably gonna put out 7 more projects. So again, they look at it as, yeah, maybe I'm lowballing myself if I'm only going to have those 7 projects that you bought, but I'm about to make 7 projects in the next 3-4 years. So yeah, those are classic songs, but I'm about to get some new classic songs. So that's why hip hop artists are kind of like trying to get on the role of selling shit. But some of these other guys who don't put out music as much, I don't think it works out for them as much like it works out for hip hop artists. Anyway, Michael Jackson's dead though, and I could imagine the family or the estate is just trying to get some money to probably do some other shit. So it says about $1 billion for about half of his interest, and I don't think they have. I don't know how much they have. Look, while details are unclear, sources say that Sony and a possible financial partner are negotiating to acquire 50% of his interest in Jackson's publishing and recorded revenues. That's interesting. This is also interesting because I think Michael Jackson's estate owns somebody else's publishing. Michael Jackson's estate it owns like the Beatles catalog, which is interesting. Something like that. It was sound financial advice that McCartney may have come to regret given on August 14, blah, blah, when Michael Jackson purchased the publishing rights for the vast majority of the Beatles catalog for $47 million. Oh, my God. Like, white people love the Beatles. Anyway, all right, I'm done with the music nerd shit. This is just kind of interesting to know. I hear there's a lot of deals being talked about. Salute to everybody who's collecting bags. Salute to Irv Gotti, who did a good job collecting his bag. Everybody's collecting their bag right now. I'm not sure how long this buying spree is gonna last, but look, see, we hear this. There was a $200 million plus acquisition from Dr. Dre. Yeah, everybody's selling, man. And they had acquired the rights to Taylor Swift's first 6 albums. Remember, that's why Taylor Swift has re-recorded her albums. You get what I mean? Taylor Swift was tight about this. She lost the rights to Scooter Braun, and then Scooter Braun sold that bitch. Anyway, all right, enough of that. Music nerd shit. Let's get into the bullshit, man. Let's get into the bullshit, people. Bruce, what up, man? By the way, let me shout out my gifters real quick because yesterday I forgot to do it and I felt so horrible I got off stream without shouting out my gifters on Twitch. Jinx, 9 and 10, please, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Playful Anxiety with the 5 gifted, appreciate you so much. Bentega Zilla, Goon, Insta Tsunami, thank you. Phantom Squad, A is Shek. Karina, thank you. Houdini Soul, oh, thank you. Damn, this nigga went crazy. Probably did about like 20 yesterday. Damn, a lot of people resubscribe. Enzo Kubrick, thank you. The Golden One, Drill. Damn, Drill gave give to like 10. Appreciate you, Drill. Jinx, Playful Anxiety again. Sir Blexington, thank all of you guys. And thank you to all my people who have resubbed and, whether it's Prime or not. J Cake says, yo, I fuck with these type of topics. Yo, I love talking. Like, again, that's why when I was arguing with that dumbass nigga Sharp, I was like, come on, man. Like, this guy's used to like just shouting at women and just having these low IQ conversations. These are like, conversations that I really enjoy. I love talking about streaming services and growing subscribers and like music payouts and stuff like that. But sometimes, I don't know if you remember, if you guys follow me long enough, I used to do videos on those. I used to be like, damn,
I'm into this shit, but it feels like a course. Like y'all might be like, bro, tell us who's beefing with who and get the fuck out of here. We don't care who's with the shit. So I appreciate you guys when you tell me you do care about that content because um, I'm one of those people who likes to watch how the business is going. You know, again, the reason why I brought it to y'all about the whole Atlantic situation is because I heard about this whole shit before. It's like, yo, these motherfuckers about to get their bag. They named me 3 executives. They said, yo, these motherfuckers about to get a $90 million bonus if Warner Music on the stock market gets like either 2 or 3 positive quarters of growth. So you know what that means? Stop spending and just stack. You feel me? So of course they're doing these artists crazy. So sometimes you got to understand the business to really kind of get what the fuck is going on. Wolf Guy 44, thank you for the sub, and also JD, thank you for the resub. All right. Beyond that, what do y'all think about the Super Bowl? Y'all gotta help me pick. My man Rod Wave, I think he's trying to call these broke ass rappers out, man. You know what I mean? Because yo, I want to thank him for inviting me to a show at the Barclays. The Barclays hold about like 17,000 people. He sold it out like 2-3 nights in a row. Did you know that Rod Wave is doing an arena tour, my nigga? Like, he's mad quiet and like he's not the loudest, he's not woofing, bro. But, bro, just think about it, my G. This nigga, literally, he's getting a lot of money. I think he says this to shit on niggas. Bro, he's selling out like, hey, let me show you his tour. I think it's the Beautiful Mind Tour. Beautiful Mind Tour. I just want to show you. Let me see if I can find the venues and shit. Oh no, yeah. Okay. Here we go, bro. You're gonna see a bunch of places. Just look at the look. United Center in Chicago, right? Let's look at the capacity. United Center capacity. 23,000. Now he's not doing 23,000 there, but he's probably doing like 17, bro. Like, come on. Yo, Rod Wave is selling out over 15,000 seats. Going crazy. Not the most talked about, but definitely people love his fucking music. Look, Columbus, Ohio, Nationwide Arena. Let's see how that shit's hitting. Nationwide Arena capacity. Let's see how that's going. 20,000. Like, bro, like nobody's talking about him, but my boy's going crazy. He's going crazy. Look, Minneapolis, Target Center. Let me see how that shit's hitting. Target Center, capacity. 19,000. Again, just minus like 3,000 or 4,000 because, you know, they're going to have a stage. You can't watch the motherfucker while his back's turned to you. Like, somebody said, how much is Blueface catalog worth? Not enough to pay for the house? Houston, Toyota Center. Let's see how this Toyota Center capacity. 18,000. Bro, I'm telling you, like, yo, Rod Wave is fucking killing it. So, Rod Wave is getting major money. Major money. He's doing his thing. His tour is fucking crazy. Like, people were just in there just fucking balling, just enjoying the great music that he made. And, you know, I'm a pocket watcher. If you doing arenas, you're collecting a bag. Also, you know, no disrespect, but he's not doing, like, if you go to a Drake tour, the reason why Drake got to charge you like a couple $100, Drake gonna have a Ferrari. I don't know. He did this on a tour. They're like a Ferrari or some shit, hovering over the whole shit. They have fire, lightning, shit coming from the sky, 20 million dancers, but that's high production value. Now, I'm not dissing that or complimenting it. I'm just saying you got to pay a lot of money for that. Rod Wave Tour, he got a simple set. He comes out. Bro, ain't no bunch of fire, none of this. He's not running up all over the place. He got a mic, literally he's just sitting there, and like they got a spotlight on him, and he sings his heart out, and bruh, he walks back out, and everybody loves it. Nobody's like, oh my God, where's your backup dancers? Why don't we see pyrotechnic? Nobody cares. So the amount of money he's spending and doing these arena tours, yo, he's getting a bag. If you ask me, he's probably picking up 600,000-700,000. Wait, hold on. Let me try to think about. Maybe not 600. Around 400 to 500,000. I think Rod Wave is picking up 400 to 500,000 on his tour. And a lot of times, what people charge for a one-off show, they usually lose money when they go on tour because you got to move all this shit around to every city, and you're trying to like invest in production value. But bro, people just like the nigga singing, dog. So Rod Wave is cashed up, and I think this is him shitting on other rappers because he know half of these niggas is broke. This is what he said about the Super Bowl. Hear what he said.
Man, I know one of y'all route niggas, somebody trying to go to the motherfucking Super Bowl. The Skybox nigga, 1.2 million, nigga.
That's Blueface's house. Blueface's house. Blueface's house, brother.
I don't fuck with these niggas, but if you want to go half, nigga, go half.
He don't want to go half for nobody. He only said that niggas can know where he's rocking at. A nigga spent $600,000 for a 3 to 4 hour event, nigga. He's just trying to tell you he got it, nigga.
Hey, man.
Yeah. Super Bowl's happening, man. Who y'all got? Who we picking? I want to pick the Eagles. Can we pick the Eagles? By the way, salute to my boys over at Prize Picks. You know what I mean? They said, listen, we know you've been losing all your money recently on FanDuel. They said, bro, hop over here and make some picks for the Super Bowl. So I'm going to need y'all help, chat. I wasn't really paying that much attention to Super Bowl, but y'all going to have to help me pick who's going to win and shit like that. So we'll probably do that tomorrow or something like that. But since my boys at Prize Picks, it was like, yo, somebody said they leaked the winner of the Super Bowl. What the fuck? Somebody said Philly's annoying. I ain't gonna lie, I've been rooting for Philly a little bit because, yo, Gilly and Wallow, they're like, bro, they're on the sideline with the team. I don't know what the fuck. Like, Gilly and Wallow are like literally, they got the play chart with them. I'm like, damn, they're on the team. That's what's up. All right, let me see. What is this right here? Yeah, Whitney Houston, bro, the server, Whitney Houston. Okay, this is dude who got shot with, what's it called? Hey, chat. You know what I really wanted to ask y'all? Because I really just don't know. Is my boy Ja Morant really gangster, bro? Like, I really want to know. Like, niggas is telling me, like, he got 2 bodies. Like, bro, I'm hearing crazy shit about him. Then somebody say, nah, he not like that. He's just trying to be, like, young boy. Like, what's going on with him, bro? Then I seen he tweeting out shit like this because I don't know if y'all heard the story, right? So Ja Morant supposedly, right? Let me read it. Apparently on January 29th, when the Pacers visited the Grizzlies, right? They're saying Ja Morant got into it with somebody. And I don't know what this is. Let me see. And they said, look, Ja Morant and another player got into it, and eventually James Johnson got involved. Looked like Ja's friend, like just some random nigga, like just like some hood nigga, was escorted off the floor. So let's watch. Okay. The Grizzlies would win, but the incident reportedly escalated following the game. Here's more from The Athletic. They said following the game between the Indiana Pacers and the Memphis Grizzlies on January 29th, in Memphis, acquaintances of Grizzlies star Ja Morant aggressively confronted members of the Pacers traveling party near the team bus in the load-in area of the FedEx Forum, and later someone in a slow-moving SUV, which Morant was riding in, trained a laser on him. Pacers staff spoke with The Athletic under the condition of anonymity, and they were under the belief that the red laser was attached to a gun. According to their account of the situation, there was a Pacers security guard that said that's 100% a gun. nor a police report was filed. The report indicates that my bad. The report indicates that the lead up to the incident, Pac and Pacers and the Pacers traveling party were engaged in a shouting match in the lone area for 15 to 20 minutes. And as Ja Morant and his associates exited the arena in separate vehicles, the laser was pointing in the direction of the whatever. This is what he said.
Nah, all that stuff, pretty much false. It's been proven. That's all I got to say on it.
You said you felt like the Grizzlies are the most hated team.
We
Is
are.
that frustrating?
Nah, but we are. You see it every day on social media. Anything that, got something to do with the Memphis Grizzlies, it's front line, national television, national people tweeting it, putting it out. Anything else, it don't be said. I feel like we wasn't the only team on, a losing streak. But we were the only ones mentioned, so, yeah.
So as far as, with everything that came out in the last couple of days, do you interpret that as more Grizzlies hate, or how do you process
I honestly
all that?
don't care, bro. I'm not, at this point in my life, man, I'm protecting my energy, bro. Not responding to nobody else, not entertaining nobody else. That's what they need, likes and clicks. So.
Because you said it was all false, but they said there was like a confrontation back there.
I answered that question earlier. I'm done with that topic.
There's a new narrative out here that you guys just need to play basketball. What do you got?
I don't got nothing to say to that either. I just said I'm protecting my energy. I'm not responding to nothing like that no more, entertaining none of that.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you,
All right,
John.
Ja. Appreciate it.
Hey, chat. Y'all know what I think about this shit, man? Yo, Ja, I'm gonna keep it a beam, man. I'm gonna give him some advice, man. Big Ack is here. Brother. You ain't done a motherfucking thing yet, bro. All I'm hearing is woofing. All I'm gonna just say is this. Yo, Ja. Aaron Hernandez wouldn't have just pointed. He would have clapped the nigga. Yo, Ja. Listen, we've seen gangsters in sports. Don't half gangster it. If you gonna gangster it, gangster it. Aaron Hernandez putting a nigga on a t-shirt. So don't half gangster this shit, brother. Nobody, listen, we watched the Aaron Hernandez murder trial. We not scared of what you doing. Clap a nigga then. If you gangster, clap him. All of this shit is half oh, I'm a gangster, but I'm a baller. No, nigga. Somebody said L advice. The nigga want to be gangster and he want to be a basketball player. All I'm just saying, I remember watching a tight end. And he was a fucking great tight end. People said he was probably, I think was it him and, was Gronk on the team at the time? Fucking great tight end, Aaron Hernandez. But you know where he was better at? In the streets. He was better in the streets. But he wasn't playing with it. He wasn't trolling. What Ja Morant is doing is some Gilbert Arenas shit. Y'all niggas not about to do nothing. Aaron Hernandez, if he had a problem with a nigga, that nigga's dead. I'm going to keep it a bean. If you're not going to be the best basketball player, at least be the best basketball gangster. Gilbert Arenas brought his guns to the locker room. You got your mans pointing the gun. That's not gangster. Listen, I know some of y'all want me to. Let me tell you this. You get certain people who get caught up in a lifestyle. I'm not here to tell him not to be gangster. Be gangster. What the fuck? You getting, supposedly they said he got a $200 million contract. Nigga, be gangster if you want to be gangster. Just really be gangster. Because the gangsters we watched, they were really being gangster. After we done seen Aaron Hernandez, we don't want to watch none of y'all y'all pussyfooting around, man. Why y'all pointing the gun if you're not shooting it? Aaron Hernandez, listen, I can't respect what y'all doing because we seen Aaron Hernandez already. Y'all not rewriting the wheel. Y'all see my boy with the Glock? Come on, man. Nigga was in practice. They say, yo, Tom Brady, you about to throw a bullet? He looked over like, I throw bullets too. That's my boy. That's my boy. I said, damn, Tom Brady threw a bullet. That nigga said, yo, no, I threw some bullets at some ops last night too. This is why I'm trying to tell my man, I like Ja Morant, but bro, just do your job, bro. You not this nigga, bro. You're not this guy. You're not this guy. You're not him. So you either gonna go out like him or just fucking play basketball. Because in reality, there's been a lot of gangsters who have played and just don't make it a spectacle. Like, if we only seeing or hearing about gangster shit you're doing or wannabe gangster shit while you at the field of play, it's probably some cap about it. Aaron Hernandez was killing niggas in his hood. Killing niggas after the club. Killing his mans. You know who they also said was gangster? And this is who I said, I just want that nigga, either crash out, nigga, hurry up and crash out, or fucking play basketball. You know who they said was a real gangster too? And he was the quietest nigga in the league. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Marvin Harrison. Look up Marvin Harrison shooting. Marvin Harrison was the most quiet nigga in the whole NFL. What you hear about him? With the shits, nigga.
The memorabilia when you've got the man himself.
Yo, if you ever, let me show you a Marvin Harrison interview. Bro, he never even tried to be gangster on the field. Bro, because he was playing football. Like, how you gonna try to be gangster while playing, like, doing your job? Marvin Harrison interview. Very timid, bro. I only get one while he was playing. Post game. Let's get a post game interview. This nigga was so fucking quiet, man.
Jim Harbaugh's
A young man named Peyton Manning first from 2000.
Worried about what the next play is going to be, because the game's on the line. I want to score touchdowns. I want to compete. And I want to get a lot of yards. So that was always my focus. So I don't think.
Yeah, man. I don't know if y'all hear the word on this nigga.
Odds are good that if you go to Playmakers on a weekend, you'll see Marvin Harrison adjusting the thermostat, checking the taps, and peering out the front door. Or if you're Dwight Dixon, you get to watch him pat you down and pat your friend down and lay a hand on something gun-shaped and concealed on your friend's person and tell you both to get lost. Dixon was extremely fat, so fat that small-scale cops knew that Pop was lying. They told him he'd better come clean. Pop grinned and told him to f*** off. Seemed to know that they were coming. He was just hands. Marvin Harrison would later on go and answer questions down at the Central Detectives Division for an hour and answer in 2006 or 2007. Question, where do you store this weapon? Answer, he says that the gun hasn't been fired since 2006 or 2000 on the stock.
Anyway, man, I don't want to bore you out with the details, but Marvin Harrison, man, he was getting shot at and shooting niggas, allegedly. It's in the papers. But when he was playing, he always seemed like the nicest nigga on earth. Because why try to be gangster with the niggas who showed up to do the same job as you? Catch footballs. If what's that nigga name? If Ja Morant is gangster, he should be in the streets shooting at the ops. Your ops can be basketball players. It can be. Like, bro, it can be. It can be. Like, we just can't, like, we just gonna look at it and be like, yo, bro, your ops is the other team. Like, come on, dog. Aaron Hernandez would never. Shout out to the boy, Big Aaron, man. Aaron kept it in the streets. I say that, man. Listen, you can't. The niggas, yo. Do you think that motherfucking and by the way, I'm not wishing that something happened to him. But bro, let me tell you this. When it comes to these star athletes, man, sometimes you gotta be like, yo, bro, just pick your destiny, my nigga. Do you want to be like, do you want to correct your path like Allen Iverson? Because I think Allen Iverson was kind of on that a little bit too at first. You want to correct your path, you want to crash out, man. If you want to crash out, your Michael Jordan going to be Aaron Hernandez. At least try to beat that. If not, nigga, keep dribbling the basketball, nigga, and try to get a fucking ring. Anyway, salute to the boy. Somebody said Aaron crashed out. Somebody said when you're a professional athlete, the other team is literally your ops. Bro, you're playing a game. Like, hey, yo, did you see that interview with Russ? The nigga was saying the game was fun or some dumb shit like that. He was like, yo, oh, the game was fun recently. Like, LeBron was tight as hell, nigga. They interviewed Russell Westbrook. He said, oh, that shit was fun. He said, we played a good game. Shit was fun. Like, Russell Westbrook, he knows no matter what happened, he's getting paid $44 million, my nigga. They ain't your ops. They ain't your ops, bro. The other team can't be your ops when you're going home getting paid $44 million. Anyway. Somebody said DeRozan got bodies. Nah. Somebody said this guy act trying to say do something he wouldn't do. You're not qualified to say that. No, you're not getting what I'm saying, dummy. We're watching you play basketball. We're not trying to watch you be gangster. If you want to go be gangster, go do gangster shit. Like, stop trying to be gangster while we're watching ESPN, nigga. It's owned by Disney, nigga. We don't want to see you get tough. We don't want to see your niggas act like they the killers, bruh. We don't want to hear about that when it comes to basketball. If you gangster, nigga, go make another type of news. If you trying to get in the media, we shouldn't be talking about this when it comes to sports. That shit don't matter on the field. I'm just trying to tell him because you can't stop a nigga from, like, some of these niggas really want to just be gangster. Go be gangster on the 7 o'clock news. If a nigga want to crash out, let him crash. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Y'all like it. Y'all like him. That's why. I'm getting too much street vibes when it's just in basketball, man. Like, come on, stop it. All right. Somebody said the morgue, the frozen. What are y'all talking about? All right. Anyway, we're going to keep it going. I do like him, though. I do think, like, you know, he listened to Young Boy and probably think he the modern Allen Iverson. You feel me? Okay. Let me see what else been going on. I'm just kind of scrolling down here. We still got to talk about this. As a matter of fact, maybe I should get to it next, but let me see what else I'm missing. Look how the nigga tweet. I ain't acrobatic. I ain't flipping on my bros. This nigga must swear he in a gang. Nigga, the only gang you're in is in the Memphis Grizzlies, nigga. Okay. We got the X shit we're about to get to. Anything else? Oh, the 6ix9ine shit. This is interesting. So apparently 6ix9ine got into an alleged altercation or ran down on. That's what everybody keeps saying. Ran down on Anuel's brother. Don't know how his brother looked, but this is the video that kind of came out. Let's see. By the way, if anybody's Spanish, give me the translation, okay?
Nigga, I'm like that. Cuidado, vete en tu carro. Tú no entras al club, Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Tú no entras al club, te lo juro. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I'm like that. Cuidado, vete en tu carro. Tú no entras al club, Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Tú no entras al club, te lo juro. I don't give a fuck.
Chat, what is he saying? What is he saying, chat? It says, be careful. It said, careful, careful. Go to your car. It says, you ain't coming in the club. He says, you're not getting in the club. So 6ix9ine is telling him he can't get in the club. So 6ix9ine is like the bouncer. Holy shit.
Nigga, I'm like that. Cuidado, vete en tu carro. Tú no entras al club, tú no entras al club.
Now, Annual actually responded, actually. Let me show y'all. Annual responded. And y'all gonna have to translate this for me, too. He says, en las noticias pueden manipular y decir lo que quieren decir donde sea. La realidad es solo una y los hechos son los hechos. He says, los emoji son por la canción. What is he saying? What is he saying, chat? I could call 6ix9ine. That's a good one. You want to call 6ix9ine? Let me call 6ix9ine. That was actually a good idea, Chad. Yeah, y'all are really good. Give me 1 second, Chad. Did I miss his call? Oh, here he goes. Let's see what this was about. I didn't call him yet, honestly, too. And no, he didn't send this to me. I don't even know where this came from. I want to tell him to be careful because all right. He'll call me back if anything. Yeah, no, me personally, I want to tell 6ix9ine to be careful. I don't know how the situation played out. I don't know what happened before. Y'all are telling me what supposedly happened. Apparently, he's saying to somebody, "You're not getting in the club," whatever the case is. They're saying it's Annual's brother. I don't know. When I interviewed with Anwell, that was also in Florida. I could tell you that nigga had at least 30 niggas with him, man. The nigga brought a tank. I didn't even know them shits was legal on the street. Nigga brought a military tank. You feel me? So, he was moving pretty militant. It also looked like he had a very strong, I don't know if you want to call it a team, but people were rocking with him. All right. And without saying too much, I want to say that I hope these dudes, I get it. People 6ix9ine snitch, whatever the case is. My nigga, here's the reality of it. And I'm glad this whole gunning thing is happening because we're going to get to this point. Bro, unless 6ix9ine snitched on you, unprovoked, you're not going to do nothing to him, right? Now, obviously, if he gets into it with you, that might be a situation. I think Right, where these guys be moving around in the circles, I'm not trying to say where they move around at. Everybody could coexist, and I think everybody should just like leave everybody alone, because when you do things like this and you're all around the same area, what happens is people then say, all right, if this is for the internet or for whatever, I'm going to up the ante and try to get one up on you. And then I'm telling you, the people who are going to be doing things, whether it's going to be in this video or not another video, it ain't going to be the star. It won't be Anwell. It won't be motherfucking Tekashi. It's going to be another nigga who was probably on payroll or probably just rolling because they enjoy all the benefits and they're down to crash out. 6ix9ine got a lot to motherfucking lose. He's on federal parole. He cannot have contacts with the police. He should know, hey, listen, man, unless somebody's trying to, do damage or hurt you because you're a quote-unquote snitch, you can't fight every battle. If this guy didn't want to do music with you like a couple of years ago, it's over, bro. Like, you just got to let it go, right? If not, and by the way, here's the thing, especially for him, he doesn't think like this, but, I'm telling you how I wish he thought. Man, you don't have to be everywhere, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to prove a point. There's no point to prove. This video came out, and, I don't even know who looks good in it. Y'all saying that it's 6ix9ine telling him not to get in, they can't come in the club. No matter what 6ix9ine does, like, he's not going to get no props from y'all. Like, y'all won't be like, oh, man, he's being gangster. Y'all won't ever do it. So, like, what's the point? What's the point? That's if you ask me. So I would wish these things kind of don't happen. And also the places they move around is just kind of very, very, very small, right? Somebody said YouTube chat better than Twitch chat. I see FLN. Somebody says, what happened to let him crash out? Well, I can't decide if 6ix9ine crashes out. I'm a friend. And if I was a friend of Ja Morant, I would tell that nigga, stop the bullshit. But I don't know Ja Morant. He's acting like he want to be gangster. Just like you probably say, well, 6ix9ine's acting like he want to be, he's like that. That's what he keeps saying. I'm pretty sure in your mind, you're saying, this is why he can't win, right? In your mind, you're probably saying, well, nigga, show us you like that. You know how he gonna show y'all? By going to jail, right? That's just how shit goes. I don't know, Ja Morant. All right, nigga, you keep tweeting like, nigga, tweeting out little baby lyrics like you think you gang. All right, nigga, well, the only way to show us, you got to really crash out. It's crashing out time. The gangsters crash out. When I try to warn 6ix9ine and people like that, like, all right, maybe some people would be like, oh, yeah, well, you know what, damn, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to, oh, he a snitch. There's probably police around here. There's going to be somebody that said, man, fuck it. I don't give a fuck who's around here, nigga. Yeah, anyway. One thing about, and well, like from a couple of years ago, it looked like he lost a lot of weight. I think he got a trainer. I know he lives in I don't want to give away where he lives at, but like, he looked like he been putting in work, man. Salute to that guy. So by the way, he was very nice to me, very hospitable, very, very cool, very cool. That's the first time I met him when I interviewed him. He was nothing but nice. Even after we did the interview, he messaged me thanking me for the interview. Like, I believe, I think Drake followed him or something like that. And he even told me, he's like, he followed me because of that interview. And I was like, wow, I'm pretty, I was humbled that it probably not true. Like, who knows? Or maybe it was true. Who knows? But he's just like, he was just like, I know your platform is moving waves. That's why I did this shit with you. And that's what the interview did. Good looks. Thank you, brother. And I was like, damn, he's pretty humble. Like, he's one of the biggest artists. Like, probably he's number 2 to Bad Bunny, I guess. One of the biggest artists. And he was super humble. You know what I mean? No ego, none of that. So, obviously I only met him for that one time, but like, he seemed pretty cool to me. Unfortunately, if you ask me, I think what's happening here is that, and this is just what I've heard, Anwell is a dude who's known as a street artist, from Puerto Rico. He obviously did a successful song with 6ix9ine in the past. But he's a guy who's very entrenched in the streets. He did time in jail. Apparently his brother's in jail. And he couldn't really associate with 6ix9ine again because of the jail shit. You know what I mean? He being a street artist and 6ix9ine doing what he did. And, bro, what do you want him to do? Go against the streets just to say he's cool with you? Like, there's a lot of artists who kind of, like, fell back. It is what it is. So, Now, granted, it is a little bit deeper than that because there was a song involved and, apparently Manuel may have done the song but then didn't want the song to come out because, like, some other stuff and whatever, man. All right, people. Damn, okay. Well, that happened. Yeah, 6ix9ine got a show, man. Because I also tell them, I'm like, yo, not everybody's going to react like Meek Mill and whatever. Like, there's some of these artists, bro, they bring around the crash dummy with them. Like, they bring the crash dummy with them around. All right. Let me see what else before we get into this X stuff. Oh, shit, we should talk about this. Hey, so apparently Leonardo DiCaprio got a new girlfriend. There's a whole thing like that's been trending for like mad long. They said Leo only dates girls under 25. Once you hit 25, essentially your contract's up. You're not fucking with no girl over 25. Apparently, there was a chart. It was mad hilarious. I want to search it on Twitter because Twitter be having a lot of porn. Let me go to Google. Leonardo DiCaprio dating history. There was like a chart. Let me see if I can find it. It just show. Oh, right here. It's my boy Leo right here, man. Let me try to get this a little bit bigger. So, okay. So apparently this is Leo's age up here. And this is the girls he dates. So when he's 24, he dated an 18-year-old. When he was 25, he dated a 19-year-old. When he's 26, he dated a 20-year-old, 27, a 21, 28, 22, 29, 23. Then when he hits 30, he gets a 20-year-old. He starts all over again. This thing's a G. Then he gets a 31. He gets a 21-year-old, 32, 22-year-old, 33. He gets a 23-year-old, 34. It's probably the same person right here, honestly, because they're aging with him. 24-year-old, and then 25 hits. So he hits 35. His shorty hits 25. Get rid of her. Then when he's 36, he gets a 23-year-old, right? Then when he's 37, he gets a 22-year-old. Like, he's going down now. When he's 38, he gets a 20-year-old. When he's 39, he gets a 21-year-old. When he's 40, oh, yeah, he got a 25-year-old, but, she probably on like a 4-month contract because she was already 25. Then 41, he got a 24-year-old. Then she turned 25 when he was 42. He dumped her. Then he dated in 2022 a 20-year-old. And then he dated, then she became 21. But here's a new thing. I don't know how old he is now. Sorry. I don't know how old is. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. Let me see if I can find it. I'm just finding it here. Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, now they trying to say he's not dating her. Man, our boy is probably doing it. Anyway, the report they put out, which came out through, I believe, Daily Mail today, they were trying to say my boy Leo. Hold on. Where the fuck? They were saying my boy Leo was 48 and dating a 19-year-old. You get what I mean? Now, a lot of people were just saying, yo, bruv, like, this is crossing the line. How are you dating a 19-year-old woman and she's younger than, I don't know if y'all know. So if you're 19 this year, that means you were born in what year, chat? That means you were born in like 2004, right? If you're 19. If you're 19, you're born like in 2004, maybe 2003. So everybody was just like, yo, bro, Leo. When he did the movie Titanic, right? That dropped in 1997. So at max, if he's dating a 19-year-old girl now, if he's dating a 19-year-old girl, she was born in 2004, right? 2003. The movie Titanic he made, which he was already a grown man, was out in what was this? What year? 1997. So a good 6 years before she ever even seen planet Earth. So they're like, yo, bro, what's going on with you, gang? Now, I'm going to throw the question to you, and then I'm going to actually respond to it my damn self. So Leo dating a girl that's 19. Here's my general opinion about, male and women age and dating stuff. I think men always date younger, right? I think some people have certain type of metrics. Some people say 10 years is younger, right? I kid you not, the last girl I dealt with, she was like 23, right? 31 to 23. And then I ain't gonna lie, at times I kind of got frustrated too. I was just like, yo, bro, there's a little bit lack of emotional maturity. And I'm like, bro, maybe I gotta just start dating chicks that's like 26 or something like that. Because, bro, I don't know. Like, for me, I'm telling you from my experience. Like, bro, it gets frustrating when you feel like you're dealing with somebody who's just, like, they gotta grow, right? But, of course, nobody wants, just to keep it real. And this is shit that when I say this shit, they try to, cancel it, right? They be like, oh, look what Axe said. Bro, if I'm, 31, 32, I don't want